This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I can't skate outside of video games, but this new short documentary doesn't seem to judge me. Directed by Jeremy McNamara, The Skatepark on Treasure Island is a look at a group of guerrilla skatepark builders who, for the past few decades, have found abandoned properties and built their own skate parks on the premises, open to skaters of all backgrounds and ages to have a place to practice their skills. Of course, the parks are subject to being shut down by police or local governments, but when the opportunity arises for one of their parks to become a permanent installation, the group jumps at that chance. The story of the Treasure Island skate park's construction in itself is pretty complete. From its initial discovery as an empty lot to a fully fledged installation, and as the primary plot thread, it's an interesting story. It doesn't stray too far from this either, never delving into some other storyline, but while that does concentrate the film around a single subject, it also prevents it from looking at some other context. Most of all, any historical background of the skate park builders and what brought them together, or how or why they've stuck it out through the years. There are a few anecdotes here and there that do touch upon it, but there's no deeper dive into it. Thankfully, the meat of the film is still enough to keep your attention, and it doesn't suffer from this lack of additional material, though it would have been neat to have some look into it anyways. That's just me, I suppose. Anyways, the skate park on Treasure Island does have a rather solid visual production, which has its own pros and cons when it comes to the general tone of the short. On one hand, everything looks slick and clean, with an attention to cinematography and feeling like a budgeted production. But on the other hand, it somewhat betrays the inherent do-it-yourself ideas of the group and their goals, given the movie's clear visuals and smooth motions. That said, there are still a few DIY or amateur filmmaking moments which give it an immersive sense of style, such as covert video footage in certain locations, or the actual actions being filmed fully outside of anything professional, or in a few cases legal. I will admit that, again, it doesn't take away from the overall experience, and really I'm probably just nitpicking. Maybe I just don't have much to say, except that the film is able to tell its story well, but without enough of a unique visual style or additional story or context to make it truly stick beyond the main ideas within. The Skate Park on Treasure Island. Jeremy McNamara, 2021. 2.5 stars. I suppose it's still worth giving a watch, even if it's so straightforward that it's almost too linear. Anyways, that's it for the review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. As always, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I suppose it would be neat if I found a skateboard around here. Still have to look around for a bike. I suppose a skateboard would be easier to carry around, at least.